Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandjana Salakaya Chakshurumaitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sarpitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Upakadamahyam Dadati Swapadantika Bandhyam Sri Gurun Sita Padakam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupa Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Vitamsa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinamanda Jagat Vijay Gopisa Gopika Kanda Vajjan Gaurani Bhante Vrindavaneshwar Vishava Siti Namani Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarurasya Kripa Sindhudevacha Paditanam Pavanavyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavranga Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Srila Prabhupada ki Navadvip Mayapur ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Srila Jiva Goswami, after taking, Lord Nityananda Prabhu took Srila Jiva Goswami and the Parikama. At the end, he told Jiva Goswami to beg for forgiveness for the offenses one has committed during the parikrama, knowingly and unknowingly. That is a tradition. We should all beg for forgiveness because we have done so many offenses while we are doing the parikrama, so that the result of our parikrama will not be lost. So we can get all the result of our parikrama with us, and we can go with it and increase. So it is compulsory for all of us to individually beg for forgiveness. We have think of something, we have to disrespect the spiritual master sadhus who revealed the damp to us is an offense. To think that to look at devotees who are doing parikrama and the dambasis, to minimize them is an offense. This is very easy, very easy for anyone who want to do. To think these people, it's an offense, which is very easy for the mind to do. So we have committed so many offenses while doing the parikrama. You hit somebody, unknowingly cause someone anxiety. For example, you see so many devotees, they don't see where they are going. They are not standing in one place. They are just moving. They don't see where they are going because they're on their cell phone. They're not chanting. They're not hearing it. They're on their cell phone. They beat in their hand. They do 10 things at the same time, which means what? Distraction, disrespect, offense to the name, to the dam, to the people who are doing parikram. You see so many people do that, and you feel, why this person is doing this? So we have done so many offenses. For us to contract all this, Lord Eternal Prabhu ended the parikama by begging, requesting all of us to beg for forgiveness. So we should do that. We should beg for forgiveness. And to help us prepare, to prepare ourselves. One thing I would like to say about His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj, we said something yesterday, and His Grace Silver Prabhu also spoke so many pastime, wonderful pastime this morning. One other thing which I would like to share with the devotees that is very, very conspicuous in his life. If you read his books, Gurudev has given us a direction. It shows a direction where to go in our life as a devotee. Did you see that? He's given a direction where to go. He molds our consciousness towards Krishna. And anyone who reads these books, our attitude towards Krishna consciousness will be positive. Because there's so many unnecessary things in our consciousness which is blocking our progress. But you see, He has cleared all those things, every single thing that is blocking our progress in Christian consciousness. His Holiness has put all of them inside the book. Especially this one, making the mind our best friend. This is 5. 3 is, special word 3 is about the difficulties of the mind. How to find solace at difficult times. Beautifully giving everything with the direction. And our daily challenges, all the daily challenges we face in our Christian consciousness. They are beautifully, clearly presented in his teachings. Like this one, find the miracles through mindfulness. Find the miracles through mindfulness, which we find in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna said, Manmana Baba Madbhakta. Be mindful. Just one word. Be mindful. How to use our mind, how to engage our mind, which Bhagavad Gita said is our enemy. The greatest enemy one could have in this world is the mind. A mind which is controlled is a friend. How to control the mind is nicely explained. And the challenges, the difficult, the obstacles our minds are given to us, they are also very clearly explained. Many people ceaselessly complain, and these days they do, in fact, have ample reasons to complain. Is it true? We have a lot of complaints in our mind about so many things, right? So many things. Complain. The complaint is coming from where? The mind. The mind. And what is the nature of the mind? Huh? Restless entity. The mind is restless. When we say restlessness. Every minute the mind is telling you something different. Every minute, every second, the mind tells you something different. Give you some good advice and blame you when you do it. So we have so many things to complain about in this world, right? That is also, you find it in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 1, Text 1 and 2. Sukadeva Goswami is talking about second Canto, Chapter 1. Let's see. 2, 2. Oh, 2, 2, 1, not 2, 2. It's 2, 1. Second Canto, Chapter 1. Sutta Goswami said, Srutra Vyadini Rajendra Nirinam Santi Sahasra. Sahasra means thousands of what? Subject. Abhashatam Atmatattva Grihesu Griha Medinam. Those persons who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth, have many subject matters for hearing in human society. Oh, Emperor. How many? Thousands. Why thousands? To keep us busy without Krishna. That's how the mind does. The mind creates so many subject matters for discussion without Krishna. So we don't have time for Krishna. That's the mind. That's how the mind is. And we have been faithfully following the mind since time immemorial. See what Krishna is saying. See what Sukadeva Goswami is saying. See what Gurudev is saying. Many people ceaselessly, sahasra, ceaselessly. We have so many, no space without complaint. It means at every time of our life we are always complaining. This is not right. 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 So what is right? What is right? What is right? Forget it. We forget it because there are thousands of things to make us forget it. Ceaselessly. Many people ceaselessly complain, and these days they do in fact have ample reasons to complain. Nevertheless, they often put themselves in the consciousness of a victim. Which means that they end up surrendering to stagnation and mundaneness instead of really making a difference in their lives. We are discussing about this in the fourth country, remember? Complaining. Complaining. What do we get from complaining? What do we gain from complaining? And what is the use of complaining without doing something to resolve the issue? What does complaining give? More anxiety, more blindness, more foolishness. So, in one place he said, Gurudev said, light the candle, don't cause the darkness. Light the candle, don't cause the darkness. Does it make sense? It means what? What does it mean? Don't waste time complaining. Find solution to the problem. Don't waste time to complain. Find solution to the problem. Complaining will never resolve the issue, but it will complicate the issue. It will increase our offenses for others. Unfortunately, they go through life feeling very dissatisfied, bored, disappointed, and anxious. When some people arrive at the end of their lives, they may look back and try to understand the purpose of it all. They will then think with disappointment, I pursue fame, wealth, distinction, and adoration, but most of the time I achieve nothing. The few times when I did fulfill my endless desires, I still do not feel any deep satisfaction. We have mentioned many times that everything we try to get in this matter, everything, what is it we are looking for in this material world? We want fame, we want beauty, we want power, we want knowledge, we want what? I mentioned that. Strength, power. They are all undesirables in this world. All the things we pursue in this world are all undesirables. Because take one of them brings unlimited miseries. How did Naramuni become a Shudra? Naramuni, how did he become a Shudra? From beauty. Kubera, Manigriva, Nana Kubera, wealth. Vidyadhara, the same beauty. He insulted Angiramuni because Angiramuni his body doesn't look beautiful like his own. He has a Gandharva body. Oh, look at this. Indra, how did he become a pig? Indra, how did he become a pig? How did Indra become a pig? Yes, power. Power. Indra was sitting with his demigods in the middle of his disciples. How can I offer obeisance to? That would be insult. I'm worshipped by all these people. So how can I worship somebody again in the presence of my disciples? So he didn't respect Brihaspati. From power. So all these things we're looking for in this material world, they are not desirables. They are desirables only in the spiritual world, not in the material world. In the spiritual world, they are desirables. But here in the material world, all of them are troublesome. They are all sources of problems. When people become very wealthy in this material world, you will increase the number of your enemies, or a number of envious eyes upon you. Envious. A common person can sleep in the street. The moment they get money, he can't sleep in the street again. He will do what? He will get the padlocks and security. Why? To protect your opponents. Is that desirable? Eh? That's what you get in the material world. They're not desirable. Now that I have reached the end of my life, what can I take with me other than emptiness? Other people might wait for something to happen in their consciousness throughout their lives, such as a miracle. However, the miracles are always with us, but we have to be more mindful in order to notice them. By practicing mindful walking, breathing, seeing, hearing, eating, and sleeping, the material world gradually begins to take on the attributes of the spiritual world. Spiritual life is not just a sentimental idea that depends on emotionalism, faith, or sentimentality. It is a science that we can experience by applying the appropriate technologies to our lives. Mindfulness is one of those great weapons that allow us to focus and expediently attain the accessible treasures. Even when seemingly inauspicious things bombard us, if we maintain a proper level of mindfulness, we will constantly experience richer and more profound realizations. Then, whether we are in waking state or in the sleeping state, we will have a wonderful change to move closer towards liberation and our ultimate service, which is actually part of the eternity of the soul. Hare Krishna. Comment? Questions?
Sometimes when we introspect, so that time we see the fault in us. So not sometimes, most of the time, always. So is that also the problem? Hare Krishna, so while we introspect, so that time we see a lot of fault in us. So is that also complaining?
For one who sees fault in himself or herself is fortunate, because it's not usual for us to see fault in ourselves. We can see fault in others, but we don't see fault in ourselves. Because every one of us has two baskets that we carry with us. all of us, we have two baskets. One is in the front, one is at the back. The basket we keep at the back contains what we are. What we are. The basket in our front contains what we are not, that people say about us. So we keep that in the front because that is what we see. If it's difficult for someone to see something at the back, who will see something at the back? You don't see it. You only see what is in the front. What is the content? False ego, false positions, false culture, false understanding, false relationship, everything. That's in the front. So for one to see what is at the back, he's a fortunate person. And that is not a complaint. Like Gurujan Prabhu said, we should put on the light in the room of our consciousness. We should put on the light in the room of our consciousness, because if we put on the light, because there's computer, cell phone, book, this. If you put off the light, what will we see? So the light in the room of our consciousness is off for many of us. Very few people have the light on. Those people, they will see the fault. I'm not the best person. Therefore, whatever I'm seeing in others is actually what exists in me. The pure devotees see that. So their basket is changed. But we keep our own in the front. So we don't see what we need to do. So that is not fault, and that is not complaining. That's a different thing. That is realization. So we should put on the light in the room of our consciousness. So we'll see what we need to do. If we see what we need to do, I will not have chance to look at what you need to do, because what you need to do, you have to do that. What I need to do, I have to do that. So I'll be doing what I'm supposed to do to clean my room. Not waiting for you to come and clean my room for me. I'll be cleaning my room. When I'm very busy cleaning my room, I will not see you. And if I see you, I will see you with respect. I will see you with respect in my mind.
Thank you for the very enlightening class. As you mentioned that we have to put light in the room of our consciousness. So I want you to clarify more what are the things that we have to do. You gave an analogy that to put light in the room. So what is the thing we should do in the practical everyday life? That means putting light in the room of the consciousness. I think it's an everyday job.
Yes, it's every day working on ourselves. Every day. If the light is on, means we should look inside ourselves. What do you mean by putting on the light? We should look into ourselves, which is also an advice from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It's also there in the Bible. Remove the dust from your eye, then you can see properly someone's on. If you don't remove this, you can't see properly. The same thing Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, he told us. There was a very, very powerful quotation. I printed it, laminated it, and put it. I think I left it in Brunei. I'm going to this time I go. I will look for it. I got it from His Grace Govi Pradana. Remember? What does he say?
Look into ourselves and stop the door and lock the door and look at ourselves. When our internal and external becomes same, then the bhajan really starts.
Should lock the door. Lock the door means should not look outside. You should look inside. We should give ourselves the necessary advice. The necessary advice we should give ourselves is, let us train ourselves to become really genuine person. Then we can do that to others. So what do you mean by being a pure devotee? In pure devotee, they don't give their knowledge. They give their realizations. They give us what they have. That's what the sages and I told Shuddha Goswami to do. Give us your realizations. We don't want their knowledge. There's so many. Our time is short. We are not fortunate like you. Our fortune is you. So make us fortunate by giving us the realizations you got from all your gurus. We don't have that fortune like you. So you become our fortune. This is teaching. In other words, Solenel Bhakti Maharaj said, character is power, not knowledge. Knowledge is not power. We will discuss it the other day. Character is power. Knowledge is not power. It is character. You can have knowledge and become puffed up and think that, yes, I'm the greatest. But if you have character will be very humble and gentle, but very heavy, like I got some money. If you put him and Mount Meru, put Mount Meru here, put Agatsamuni here, he will raise the mountain up by his weight. So he was able to give the mantra and teach Dharmachandra how to use the weapon to kill Ravana. That's his weight. Powerful character. That's required for every devotee. All right?
So when you're telling the answer to that, the fault, when we see the fault in us, so I need to understand, like, if we see too much fault in us, is it still healthy if we don't see the good in us? And how it differs from inferiority complex?
It is different. Inferiority complex is just the body. I'm not educated, I'm not handsome, I don't have money, I don't know all the Vedas, I don't. That's false ego. It's the body. We're just putting ourselves in the center. It's not humility. That's not humility. We're just putting ourselves in what you call we are just victims of our own mind. A victim of our minds. It is different from someone who is carefully and is looking into himself or herself and seeing what I need to do in my Krishna conscious life, what I need to do. And we are doing that. It is compulsory for all of us to make this inventory. We mentioned it yesterday that we should take inventory, accountability. We should check ourselves and see where we are in our Krishna consciousness. That is what we're talking. Is to check where we are. Not lamenting for what we don't have. I am not this, I am not this, I am not that. So what you are is the body. That is different from what we are discussing. All right? Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Sometimes we try to be smart in Krishna consciousness. And for His Holiness Bhakti Swami, he said so many books that the one thing is special in this movement is that we cannot cheat. So what really he wants to say, can you elaborate about this? We cannot cheat in this movement. It is special.
Yes. 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 There is no space, no room for anyone to to cheat. We always cheat ourselves, nobody else. And so we were talking about it yesterday at Kolavesi Dara's house. For a disciple who is duplicitous. So a duplicitous disciple may think that he's very smart, very, very smart. I can find my way. So that disciple may get wealth, may get fame, many material facilities, positions. But because he's not sincere, he will not get prema. So, has the person cheated? Is the person who has cheated himself or herself? He cheated himself. Just like if I tell a doctor, dear doctor, my hand is in pain, but I'm not having pain in my hand. The pain is in my head. Doctor will not give me medicine for my hand. The doctor is going to give medicine for my head. You give for the hand because it's what I have told the doctor. Who is going to suffer for that? The patient is going to suffer because we think that we can cheat. So when we have a deceitful relationship with the spiritual master, you also yesterday we were explaining that we are the closest person to the spiritual master. The closeness to a spiritual person is not physical per se. It is not. It is internal. And I remember Kavi Kanapura Goswami, Ananda Mundavan Champu, yes. The Krishna is going to the forest with the cowhead boys. And millions of the cowhead boys are running. I will touch Krishna first. I will be the first thing to touch Krishna. They all ran to go and meet Lord Krishna. So everybody wants to be very close to Lord Krishna. He said, a person who is very close to Krishna is not the person who is physically standing with Krishna. A person can be the closest person to Krishna while he is thousands of kilometers away, very close because of his relationship with Krishna. The closeness is not physical. The closeness is spiritual. Mosquito is sitting on the lap of a sadhu. Is not very close? Huh? Have you sat on the guru's lap before? Have you sat on the guru's lap? Mosquito will sit there. Who is closer? The mosquito. But how close is the mosquito? How close? Distance apart. Very far. It's a consciousness. The consciousness. When Prabhupada got the order to take Krishna outside India, but this Janasa Swami had sannyas disciples who were sitting there with him. Well known, have been with him for years. Did they get that order? They got that order from their guru. So who is close to Bhakti Saraswati? The sannyas who have been there with him for years, or a person who just walked in, just the first time, just walked into his class, no prior discussion, arrangement, nothing, just first time, just appeared in the class. You go to Western prescription course. Who is closer? A person who just came now, or those who are sitting there very close and taking his remnant prasadam every day. Properly, he never took Mahaprasadam from Prabhupada when he got this instruction from his guru. Never. This is the first time they physically seen for this lifetime. First time they physically saw. But because of their connections, they are old friends. Not new. The new ones are those who have been sitting there taking prasadam and looking at the body of the guru and not taking his instructions. That's what it means. A disciple should not go to the spiritual master to ask questions when he's not ready to take the instruction, the advice which is given. If you do that, you make offense. Because the instruction is going to be given to you, not based on you. It's going to be given based on what he had understood, he knows about you, about the topic. So we should go only when we are ready to take the instruction. Then we can go. Otherwise, you make mistake. So we can only cheat ourselves if we don't present ourselves as we are to the spiritual master. Look, all our chariots, especially Srila Bhakti Thakur, so confessional, so direct, very simple. He presented himself like that. That's how we get the message. That's what it means. We cannot cheat somebody. We can only cheat ourselves. And not duplicity. To be straightforward in our dealings. That is how we are going to be helped. All right? Thank you. Sarabhava ki jai. All glories assembled devotees.